and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working in this 2011 Volkswagen Passat B7. And what we're going to be doing today is auxiliary belt, which should be an easy job. We'll see about that. And we're going to be doing rear brakes and pads as well. We're going to start now with the belt. I don't know if you can see it there. I can't even see my fucking self, but yeah, it's there. But for that, we have to remove that cover there, which it has, I think, is around like 10 T25 torques. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to take the wheel off. So you can see your tensioner there. We're going to put the spanner there, get the tension off the tensioner, pull the belt off, and put the new one back in. There you go. So as you can see now, here we got a 16 mil bolt, which is our tensioner. We have to rotate it clockwise there. So then, oh, that slipped. Let's go again. And there. And then we can take our belt off. There we go. That's off. And now I just need to take it from the top. Now, when you're choosing your belt, make sure if you go on air conditioner, they're suitable for an air conditioner as well, because there's different measurements and different sizes. So make sure, double check, well, with your VIN number or your reg, that is the one that you need. And now we're going to do the process the same way, but backwards basically. So I'm going to put it first on the top, on the alternator, and just bring it down.
You better, Nico. We cannot mess things around here.
Yeah, so what we need to do now is make sure that when we put it on, every group is inside the pulley, otherwise we're going to break it. Alright, so as you can see, I just put the belt on, and what we need to do now, just over the pulleys, now what we need to do is move the tensioner, so we got enough space to put it around here and to put it around our compressor and that, just a bit more, there we go. There we go, that's on there, mind your fingers, and that's on. Yep, that's perfect. We just double check. Yep, that's on there, perfect. Let's go and check on the top. Don't think you can see much in there, but let's try. You can barely see it here. And there. Yep, that's all on. So what we're going to do now is to start it and see if it doesn't blow up. What do you think?
Let's try.
Yeah, let's see if it blows up or not. Now that the belt is done, we're gonna go and do the rear brakes. So for that, we need to come here, and first we need to open the reservoir. Just a trick for when you were working on the Volkswagens, you got the arrow here, which is on your seal for you to jack it up. But if you need to put the stand here, there's a hidden place right there. So you got this plastic cover, you can just pull. I mean, it's full of crap, but you know. You just take it off like that, and you can jack it up in there. I normally put it on this one, but you can put it alongside here, jack it up with your jack here, and you can put your stand here, and it's so much easier, just like I did on that time. I got my Carly connected on there, so I can show you here. I'm on the app. I went to parking brake control. So what we're gonna do now is basically wind them in. I go here, I go to enter the service mode,
Yeah.
and what it does, all that noise you can hear is the whole electric handbrake winding all the way in, which is this motor here.
Yes.
You see this here.
Yeah.
So it winded all the way in.
Yeah.
So then the actual piston, I can push it in.
Okay.
When I later put the new pads in that.
Okay. I thought I will see the pads moving out when
No.
the electric thing.
I always recommend, before we start in any sort of jobs with bolts or nuts or screws or anything, to clean them and lubricate them before. So I'll show you what we're doing now. We've got our 13mm there, and this is our 15, so you need a 15 here and a 13 there. Caliper is out. I just put on top of it, just be careful, mostly with the electric motor and your pipe there. Now we can remove our pads. Ow, that hurts. And that one if I can. If not, I can use the same spanner. We're gonna get rid of the discs anyway. So that's the pads out. And now at the back, right there, as you can see, we got one, and one at the bottom is this, which is this one is an M14. I think it's like they call it, I don't know, XZN. It's not hexagon, but you know, whatever the name is for that. Make sure you clean down there and in between there as well, the knuckle and the caliper carrier. Lubricate them, and to be honest, if you're doing it like me at home or somewhere that you don't have a lift, you might struggle a bit with them because they're a bit too tight, mostly if they haven't come out in years, like fucking this one anyway. Yeah, just patience. You can see my socket, my extension and my brake bar, so you have to be careful. But that's just about what I've been doing, just going underneath and just pushing it as far as I can. And now it's nice and soft. Then release. Don't know why I said soft, but yeah, whatever. Now, these ones, you can try to take them off with the pads and the caliper on. But they're always fucked anyway, so I normally, and if I can't get them off, I try to drill them out, and then they come with new ones, so we can put the new ones back. Once you either remove or drill the screw, as I had to do, clean all the hub, put some copper grease around it, and now we're going to put all disc. Remember, if we put in your disc, they always come with a bit of grease on them, with oil, so get a bit of brake cleaner, clean the disc first, and then we put it back on the hub. Once we got the disc in, you can put your screw if you got it. It's in reality only to position them. I mean, I know they're recommended to put it on, but you know, if sometimes, as happened to me, when you drill it, you don't get the right spec in there, it's going to be annoying, but you can actually situate and locate it easily. So we've got here now your caliper carrier done. They're tight, but we're going to have to torque them to 72 Newton meters, so we'll do that. Then we put some copper grease here, and so on the same on the other side as well. We put a bit on the pads, I'll show you in a minute, and we'll put it back together. I'm going to do that again. Once we put the pads back on, I always like to put copper grease or silicone like paste or whatever you want to call it in there, so they slide properly and they don't get stuck at any point. Now we're going to put our caliper back on and then just put a wheel. One thing I forgot to mention is I got here my caliper fuck's sake. One thing I forgot to mention is I've got here my caliper piston. Fuck me, I can't say caliper now.
Caliper? I can say for you.
Oh god. One thing I forgot to mention is I got here my caliper winder. So as you can see, because we put new pads on, we have to wind this piston back in so it can fit the new pads. Normally your pads come with a new fresh set of bolts, so let's put them back in. Since I already did the other side, I'm not going to record this one, so let's just use a bit of a YouTube magic. Okay, so now that everything is tight and nicely done, we go back to the Carly, and this is what we did at the beginning. We just, let's see if you focus that, yeah. So now, instead of entering service mode, we're going to leave service mode. So you can hear it. Yeah, so that's perfect. It says it's been done successfully. We click OK. And now we come back. We can turn the car off. And now we can get off the jacks. Once the wheels are back on, we're gonna have to talk that up, but we do that later. Let's close the reservoir since we're now finished. Since this car is gonna do a nice long road trip, let's do a health check on it. Let's test everything on it. It's gonna take a while. Everything has been checked and everything is fine, as you can see there. So we can come back from here, go back again, turn that off, and that's basically us done for today.